in the Kaibab National Forest in northern Arizona, boondocking after 4 nights, 2 nights in a hotel and 3 nights in an RV park, and that's the subject of another video because it was our first time staying in an RV park. Anyway, tonight we're going to test out the Wave 3 heater again. It's really not very hot here though. It's beautiful. It's, you know, early December, and this is a forest road area. We were just following the motor vehicle use map, which I recommend everyone getting. It tells you supposedly where you can disperse camp. Our problem was we tried one forest road that was really amazing, but everywhere we went down that forest road there were people hunting or groups of people. So then we thought we'd try the next one north of that, and we got all settled down, got the trailer all set up, and then realized that, ooh, it doesn't say we can disperse camp here. I'm not sure why it says that, but anyway, it looks like there might be some cattle ranching going on around here. So I read up on cattle and haven't seen a lot of recent signs of cattle because all the water tank watering holes are dry. So just slightly worried if, you know, we might get a knock on the door in the middle of the night, but we'll see what happens. I haven't seen a lot of people out here, and it's just beautiful. It's like 5,300 foot elevation south of the 40 and east of the 89. There's some old ranch fence posts, barbed wire, and a big watering hole. You can see goes down really deep over there. It has that Old West flavor, which we just think it's so amazing. My husband's reading some kind of a Western novel by Louis L'Amour, so he thinks this is the greatest spot ever. Here's the book. Yeah, so we're just waiting here in the beautiful evening light for the sun to go down so we can test out the Wave 3 heater for the 3rd time. We're overly impressed with the Wave 3 heater up in Utah one night. You know, I just want to mention again, the A-liner that we have has a lot of air gaps and ventilation, and I think maybe we could have gotten away with not cracking the window. That night we cracked the roof vent because we were worried about someone breaking into the trailer to take away our nice little dog. I'm not sure if we should plug these holes or not, because it seems like the more I watch all the videos about all the hot tent camping and condensation, it seems like they all say if you want to combat the condensation that comes along with these radiant heaters like the Big Buddy and the Wave 3, you should just have more ventilation. So we lost our outdoor thermometer on the road somewhere, so I don't think we're going to know exactly what temperature it is outside tonight. Yesterday in Prescott it was around 60 or 70 during the day and around 30 at night. Not that really that cold for winter camping. Good morning, it's Sunday, December 8th here in the Kaibab National Forest, and it is around 30-something degrees outside. Last night it got down to the 20s. It was really disappointing in the trailer. We had the Wave 3 going. Inside the trailer I think it was 33, and I just don't know what we did wrong. We must have done something wrong because that was a very small temperature differential. We're trying a new experiment. We're going to run a little tiny little fan. It's an 18-watt fan, and have it blow the air in front of the Wave 3 around the trailer. And so far this morning it doesn't seem to be cutting the temperature at all. It seems to still be rising, but admittedly outside it's a nice, you know, it's a nice sunny day here. We've had a ton of condensation, but we're just, you know, we brought a rag around with us on the trip and we're mopping that up as we go. It's not a huge problem. The thing that's a problem, and we need to fix it when we get back home, there are just a lot of air leaks, a lot around the top walls of the dormers where those fold up. There was one behind the refrigerator. There's a huge gap over the main entry door, the top half. There was a lot of cold air just coming in the RV heater duct on the floor. Otherwise it was very pleasant here last night, except for the freezing temperatures, and we both had on almost our maximum clothing wear for freezing temperatures. I wanted to mention one of the things we might have been dealing with was that where we had placed the Wave 3 heater, we started using the Thetford cassette toilet, which has a big wall that you put up so you can get into the toilet. And the Wave 3 heater was behind this wall, I mean 30 inches behind at least, but we're not sure if that may have blocked some of the heat from coming to the very far back of the trailer where our bed was. I think we're going to try the fan tonight and see if that helps things. Just a reminder, of course, when we're doing cold camping, we are not using our hot water heater or our water tanks. We're just using the drain under the sink and the shower drain. This is our cold water setup for the sink. And in the LXE model, this is the Thetford cassette toilet shower enclosure, and we have put 50% RV antifreeze in the Thetford cassette toilet water reservoir to prevent freezing. We made a major discovery. We went around the whole trailer and felt for cold air, and that's one of the good things about being out here in this weather. And we were able to find quite a few air infiltration leaks. One of the biggest ones were at the air conditioner. We have the Cool Cat air conditioner, and you probably can't see it too well, but there's an air intake, little vent right there. Okay, here's the quick and dirty solution. This is the air intake vent for the air conditioner. This is the air coming out vent, and the other one. So we'll see if that blue tape will hold in the cold with the heat differential. This 3M painter's tape has to be one of my all-time favorite products. I've used it for almost everything. It might not work in this situation, but it's just so wonderful how it never leaves a sticky residue. So here at 11 a.m., it's 48, according to the WeatherBug app, near Ash Fork. For some reason, right now, I can't believe in here it is 84. We really love this campsite so far. It's so peaceful here, and we feel like so far there's no one really around. We've had maybe 4 cars, mainly hunters or trucks, people looking for wood, drive by on the dirt road right out here. Here's how far the access road, the main dirt road, is right there, at that post, and then we're way off the road out here. So when someone drives by, it's really not very loud at all, very quiet, no dust. We're going to have a lot of peaceful moments here working on the things we love to do. 6:30 in the morning on Monday here in Ash Fork, near Ash Fork, Arizona, and WeatherBug is saying it's 19 degrees outside. In the trailer, the coldest it got last night with our new setup was 36. There's some ice on the window. Doggy's trying to tell us he's ready to go outside. Okay, how did it go last night? Well, last night was an improvement over the previous night. We had the heater sitting over here over the cooktop on that hook. I'm sorry, I've taken it down already. We needed to make breakfast here. And then we also had this little 18-watt Vornado fan going. We had it right here, blowing the air back to the back of the trailer. I got this idea from the hot tent camping videos because this situation really reminds me of that. It might even be colder than a hot tent camping situation because there's so many joints that need to be sealed up. The heater hanging over here, the fan blowing. The coldest it got in the trailer was still in the 30s, though. It was 36. But the WeatherBug app said it got to be 19 outside. So it was even colder than the previous night, but it was 3 degrees warmer in here. The other thing, I'll just give you the whole rundown, was that I finally figured out, I just want to mention we've been really warm in our bed. Our bed has been perfect. And I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but basically our bed setup is we have 2 hunting sleeping bags on top of us. One's a minus 10 degree sleeping bag that we bought on Amazon. So those we've been nothing but comfortable in the bed.
it's getting out of the bed. That's not that great. So that, and you know, I think that's one of the biggest differences between camping in an A-liner and using a tent. The bed is so comfortable. I mean, our bed is, we really like the bed. We get a good night's sleep in the bed. It's flat, it's warm, no rocks, and then we also have the electricity. We can do our computer stuff. So there are a lot of things we do like about this compared to car camping.
This morning to splurge, we ran the trailer heater to warm it up really quickly, which was really amazing. Okay, I'm not super proud to be showing you this, but we did get a Honda 2000i. It's a cloudy day, sort of. We're leaving today for another camp area, and it just felt great to take a hot shower. We're running the electric space heater for just a little while here while we're taking a hot shower and charging the batteries. We've really loved it here near Ash Fork, but it's just too cold at night. I think we're going to head off to the Mojave Preserve in California. At night they're saying it might be in the 30s. Sunrise here in the Mojave National Preserve. The Mojave National Preserve is between Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and the thing that's so amazing to think about with that for me is it is so quiet here. It's a really different kind of quiet. I think it's because of all the sand, maybe, like the sound is being absorbed by the sand. I think they say these dunes make some kind of a quaking noise or a rumbling noise. I do hear some noise coming from that direction. It could be a military base, because I know there's one in that general direction. It is so quiet. It's almost like you're moving through a soft powder. We're here at the Kelso Dunes. Roadside camping, they call it here. We're a little frustrated, tiny bit, because this is an enormous park. And there just aren't that many places designated for roadside camping, really. So we're going to go to the visitor center today and find out if there are other places we can go where we won't be violating any rules. And we have no intention of building a fire. That could be one of the issues. Last night we ran the Wave 3 heater, and it was around, this morning the lowest it said was 50 in the trailer, which is not cold compared to our last campsite in Arizona. But the exterior temperature, we have no idea what it is. There's no cell phone reception here for AT&T. We lost our outdoor thermometer. When we last checked, when we were in Arizona, on the WeatherBug app, it was supposed to be in the 30s here, and we did hang some moist towels outside overnight, and they had frozen a little bit, so we think it got down in the 30s. So that's pretty consistent with some of the performance we've seen with the Wave 3. We've seen it about a 20-degree temperature differential. So this area we're camped in is, again, the Kelso Dunes roadside camping area. There are a couple other trailers here off in the distance. There are quite a few other sites in the distance over there, if you can see. We're just very fortunate that no one else decided to camp around us right now. College is still in session. It's beginning of December, and high schools are still going, and it's cold. Christmas is on the way. This is a great time, in our view, for getting away from it all. Just want to mention this roadside hazard here in the Mojave Preserve. This section of the camp area had a sign saying, you know, 4-wheel drive recommended. So this is some pretty deep sand right here, and we were, honestly, even though we have 4-wheel drive, we're not very experienced using it, and we weren't sure whether we could make it through here with the trailer. So we really avoided this area right here. Another thing that's tricky is leveling your trailer in soft ground like this. I mean, this is really soft, especially with these levelers. Wood might have been better in this situation, but anyway, the way we do it is we did it, and it worked fine for us. Was the trailer wheel started off here, and as the trailer backed up, I was standing here pushing on the next block with the shovel right here, so that the wheel could get onto the next block. Because what happens is the weight gets on here, and the minute it hits here, the back of that block starts popping up in the air, and then this one gets popped up in the air and it can't get on the next block. And that worked just fine. We were lucky. Whoops. Second flat tire of this trip. We don't recommend these tires for off-road camping. Maybe we'll have to leave today. Okay, we're driving out to get the flat fixed. Second flat of the trip, and I don't know what to say. What would you say? We're not going to keep these tires. So as to which direction to go, we decided to head toward Needles, thinking that that was the closest major civilized community. And we have no cell coverage here, as I mentioned, so yeah, we're hoping to drive to cell coverage first and then make some phone calls. And luckily it's a slow leak. Here's an interesting fact. Did you know that if you're parked on the freeway or exit from the freeway, but AAA considers it a priority call? Okay, we're back at the ranch after 2 hours and 15 minutes and 80 miles of driving. Some kind of record, 2 flats in 1 trip. But that was really fast. We didn't have to go to a hotel. We got really excellent service from AAA. So new tires when we get home though. ATVs are banned in the park. If you're going to visit the Mojave Preserve, we recommend getting a paper map. This is a Tom Harrison map. It's actually some kind of a durable plastic. It should last for a long time. The cell phone reception here, what we've heard that there is really no cell phone reception within the preserve. There was cell phone reception on the 40 highway and up by the 15 highway. So if you get into dire straits, you can drive for quite a ways. You know, the nearest convenience store is miles and miles away. The visitor center at Kelso is closed on Tuesdays. Really beautiful, restored 1920s train station. Then there's a really great, funny, funky gas station gift store up on Sema Road at the 15. It's hilarious. That's a neat place to go. Just go in there and look at the trinkets that they have for Las Vegas. All kinds of kitschy, weird candies and trinkets and stuff. This is our last Wave 3 heater test of the trip. We're going home today. Last night we had it running on high all night. We had this window cracked about 1/2 inch all night, right behind the heater, and then the lowest temperature we got in the trailer was 56 here at the Mojave Preserve. This little bowl of water froze last night, so it must have been down below freezing. When I turn on the car, it says it's 27 outside. Now, I don't know if that's accurate.